Hi guys, I'm Sandra. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to show you how to make some wooden egg coasters for Easter, or I suppose for any time of year, with the xTool S1. It's a great project for beginners, it doesn't take very long to make, and the children can even have some fun doing some painting in it as well. The xTool S1 is safe and easy to use because it's all enclosed. It won't even operate if you have the lid open. It's capable of engraving and cutting a wide variety of materials, including wood, and it's great for creating intricate designs for your wood crafts or even your paper crafts. So I'm going to show you how to create Easter egg shaped coasters. That's not easy to say. Here's what you need to do this particular project. You'll get the best results if you know how thick your wood is. I'm making this in Shortcuts a lot, but you can use whatever design software you feel comfortable using. So the first step in this particular case is to go to the library and shapes and pick up a circle. Make this a lot bigger. Go to the node editing tool. Click on that one, and we want this one to go to that one. It makes it a kind of egg shape. So if I've decided this is the size I want it, then I would start doing the rest of my designing. But because you want to do offsets, it's very important to get it to the size that you actually want your object. So 13 by 17 something for a coaster would be somewhat large. So I would go for a width of maybe 9. And there we go, we have a different shape, and it's similar to this one. It's not the same, but it's similar, just a slightly different shape. So once we've got that, we want to do an offset to get this ring. Sorry, we go to effects because I want to make sure I keep both the lines. Shadow layer and inset shadow. And then I want to change the line colour to black because I prefer black lines, and outline only, and then increase it till I get the size that I want. So click on OK. Now I would advise that you take this and you copy it and you paste it and you move it over out of the way somewhere, because you'll want this shape again. So this one here, I'm going to go to Path, Exclude. And now if I put a colour in here, just so you can see that it's going to do it, it gives you a visual, which is quite handy. So this one, this duplicate, which has not been joined together, becomes the base of the coaster, and that is fine. And this one is the inside piece. Again, we're going to need that. So we want the outside piece and we want the inside piece. I'm going to copy and paste that one as well, so I've got another one just in case I need it again. And this is the one that we're going to do all the designing on. This one here is going to be the outer ring, and this is just a copy for insurance purposes. So we have this, and you can basically choose whatever designs you like. So if I go for a rectangle and I do a long rectangle, I can select it. I can go to Object, Duplicate, and I can do a few of them. Maybe I just do this. I want them slightly more spaced out vertically, and do that. And I'm going to group them. And now I'm going to go to Effects and I'm going to go to Wave. Now here I can apply whatever wave type I like, copy and paste. And then I can put one up here. So the first one I'm going to work on is this one here, and I'm going to go to Path, Back minus Front. And you see I have these pieces here. This one here, I'm going to go to Effects and I'm going to go to Knockout. And I'm not going to put any gap on here, I'm just going to click on OK. And so what this gives me, if I drag this away from here, this gives me the lines that I need to cut out that are going to slot in there. Now you can do this with whatever shapes you so wish. I think this one looks fun, so why not do this one? I would select everything that I need, make a note. If you've got it exactly the size that you want, make a note of the size that it is. Now that I've got the file as I want it, I want to export it as an SVG. Okay, let's go to File and Export. And I want to save it as Easter egg puzzle coaster and save it as an SVG. And then it gives me a choice of the DPI. Now I happen to know that 72 DPI is pretty close if you're importing it into xTool Creative Space. It's very slightly off when I export from Shortcut Slot, but I think it will depend on what software you're using to design in. It's only going to be off by a little bit, it's not going to be off by much from here. So click on OK, and that will save it to the folder that I've asked it to go to. I'm in xTool Creative Space, and what I did was I went to Image and I imported one of these designs, and I'm going to cancel that now because I don't need another one. And the other thing that I've done is I put my wood into my machine, and I'll just show you the process that it goes through in a moment. But what I did was I put the laser head over the material on my machine, pressed on the distance button here, allowed it to do a distance check, and then I went to start marking. I chose the rectangle and I then marked the rectangle. So I'll show you that process now. For more accurate marking, the first thing that you want to do is to do your distance marking. And I'll do that in a second just by pressing a button. And here we go. If you're at all worried about it moving around or it's a little bit warped, then clip it down, either with these or with other magnets that you might have. Keep them out of the way of the area that you're going to actually be cutting. And then the next process is to do the marking of the area of your piece of wood. In XCS, I have started the marking process by choosing the rectangular version. So I've moved the laser to the corner, and then I press the button on the front of the machine. Corner down in the bottom right. Quite difficult to do one-handed when you're holding the camera. And then press the button again and go back to my computer screen to complete the process. Now that I have everything set up, my wood is in place, I've done my distance setting, I've done my marking out of where the wood is. The only thing left to do now is to select the cut setting. Now in this particular case, I am going to go for a standard 3mm basswood setting. So if I come on here, I've already got 3mm basswood set there. I don't know if my wood is basswood, but I've cut something very similar to that on this setting and it's been fine. So when I've got this and I've got it set to output, the power is 100, the speed is 10, and I can process this and send it to my laser cutter. My wonderful S1 that's going to do all the hard work for me. So all I have to do now is click on start. When it's ready, press the button on the front of the machine. Here's a little tip for you. If you've got small pieces and they are supposed to fit together jigsaw style, if you leave them on the surface like this and then apply a layer of masking tape, use that to pick it up. And all I've done with these is just briefly wipe them down with a paper towel around the edges. Line that up with the base. You turn this over that side and then remove the tape from this side. Put some tape over the front of it again. Now on this particular one, I've not coloured the outer side of it. I think it looks quite nice with the natural wood colour. If you've got any little adjustment that you want to do, that one's slightly out of place, you can move them before the glue sets. The xTool S1 made these coasters very quick and easy to make, and they're a great addition to your home decor. They might even keep the kids occupied for a few minutes doing all the colouring in. That's an added bonus. Thanks for watching our video tutorial on how to make wood egg-shaped coasters with the xTool S1 laser cutter. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more crafting ideas and tutorials. Happy crafting!